What? It's a sweet. Yeah. What?
So, man, Chancey, one of the things that I notice about athletes is that they don't really dig into the transferable skills that you learn, being an athlete, right? So we're talking about, working smart or what people might call hard work or being able to understand strategy and planning. Like a lot of those skill sets that we pick up in athletics, they can transfer into the industry that we're in, which that being insurance. Talk to us about like what that looks like for you coming out of that space of athletics into the insurance space and using those transferable skills or identifying those transferable skills. Like, how did you do that?
Well, I'm going to bring it back to this.
Okay.
Purpose. So with the transferable skills of being on a team with different demographics, right? You know how to talk to people from whether it's someone from New York, California, Arizona, Nebraska, South Dakota. You know how to talk to people because when you're in a team environment, we all got one goal.
Yeah.
It's to win a game.
Yep.
And once you continue to win a game, it's a championship that we want to play for. And we also want to, at the end goal, win a championship, just like you got a Super Bowl ring, right?
I appreciate that.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to give you a shout out. I'm going to give you credit. I ain't got one of them things. But at the same time, it's like, now you got to transfer that into people.
Yes.
Because we're in an environment of serving people.
No doubt.
And now we're in the environment not only serving people, educated people. Because not everyone knows the ins and outs of life insurance.
Yep.
People think that life insurance is only good for when you die.
Yeah.
But there's things called living benefits.
Yep.
To where if you get injured, the insurance company is paying you.
Absolutely.
And you could keep your PTO, but you got to have personal life insurance as well.
Yep.
So think about it. Now you double dipping your chip. And some people don't like to double dip when they sharing their dip.
Yeah.
But now when you got your own dip,
you like that?
You're doing what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at the same time, like that's the skill that as like I'm learning this industry and I'm empowering into it, that I'm starting to see like, I don't know how to talk to people. There might be days where I choose not to, but I know I can talk to people.
Yeah.
So I find joy in bringing a smile into someone else's face. I find joy in the helping others.
Yeah.
So my mom always said like I had divine favor, but it's also about being a servant leader.
That's good.
So when you become a servant leader, as we spoke, people follow.
Yeah.
People now want to join your brand. And I'm talking about a brand again.
Yep.
How many people have J's?
Oh, billions.
How many?
The world.
The world.
Yep.
When Kanye brought out the Yeezys, he put Adidas on the map.
Yep.
Now look at it.
Yep.
So at first Nike was running the whole thing. Kanye came out and did his own thing. Now Adidas is now running it.
Yep.
So when you start thinking about like how your personal development, your personal brand can impact others, it's something that it takes on its own toll.
I like that, and I'm gonna tell you something that's good. Where you talked about the personal brand, we're at Crossbucks right now, right? And so as y'all saw earlier before our halftime, there was some food on the table, but we decided we were gonna take a break and go in on that. So shout out to Tim and Beth at Crossbucks.
Tim.
Burnt ends, the smoked turkey, the smoked brisket, everything cooked to perfection. We got this bread pudding. I mean, listen, man, they doing it big. If you guys have not been out here to Farmers Branch off of Spring Valley to Crossbucks, you don't know what you're missing. Come check out my boys, Tim and Chef David as well. My God. They killing the game. Is that good?
Oh my God,
that's good, right?
I'm having a fat moment. I'm sorry, please. Oh my God, you be like ice cream on this guy right here.
Listen, that's it. That's all you
Tell
need
you right now.
That's all you need, man.
Tim.
Hey, he did his thing.
My God.
So, Tim, you see, he like it, man.
Oh my God.
But moving back into this a little bit. So let's talk strategy in the game of football. Man, there's strategy, man. Like you talked about earlier. If we go back into your backstory a little bit, hit a little rewind.
Yep.
How you would think about your opponent and think about how your opponent might want to set you, right?
Yeah.
If you playing a defensive end at that time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, does this tackle, is he a jump setter? Is he a vertical setter? Am I going to bull rush? Am I going to give him a little stutter bull? We thought about these strategies to win the game.
Right.
Now you're in a different game of insurance, and there's still strategy that needs to happen. What
Yeah,
you're talking about
absolutely.
is brand. How do you
Yes.
build your brand? There's a strategy to that.
Yes, sir.
What are some things that you're doing that can help some young insurance people out there, some young life insurance people out there that might be coming from the athletic world, whether it be professionally or D1 or whatever it is, college or whatever? What are some strategies that they can implement to start building their insurance business to be able to serve more people like you spoke to?
Absolutely. First and foremost, finding your niche. Find your niche quick. And then once you find your niche, just like playing the game of sports.
Yep.
If you know you're a 3-point shooter, what you gonna do? Work on it, right?
Yep. Absolutely.
If you're a dunker, you're gonna work on dunks.
Yep.
If you're working on your free throws, you're working on free throws.
Yeah.
If you're working on sacking the QB with the bull rush
Yep.
or the rip swim, or offensive tackle, your jump set by putting your hands on them, you're working on your craft behind closed doors.
For all y'all that might not know some of the terminology, it's very YouTubeable, right? So the rip swim, going in into that's a defensive end, give him a little shake. Lineman has his arm out. He's gonna rip underneath him and then swim him to get to the quarterback. I know a little something. I played defense.
I see. I
played
see,
defense.
dog.
I played it in high school, bro.
I see it,
I moved to the
dog.
offensive side, but I
see
played it in
it.
high
I
school.
see
bro.
it, big dog.
But yeah, no, that's good, man. Like being able to understand, okay, what is my, like you said, what is my niche?
Yes.
If I'm hearing this right.
Yeah.
What is my niche? Understand what that is, and then I would say, understand, does my niche serve the market?
That part.
A lot of times we put our heart into things that we're wanting to do, but that's not how the market operates.
Exactly.
The market operates predicated off of how do you serve them, not what you think they want. They'll
Right.
tell you what they want.
Right.
And you can get that through data analytics, surveys, right? Live interactions, talking to people.
Right.
Like, what are some of the things that you do to get that market feedback back so that you know, okay, hey, this is the route I need to go, or this is my market.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So for me, it's just like active listening.
That's good.
So I'm listening to what my
Active
client
listening.
is saying,
Yes.
or a potential prospect or a potential business partner of what they may need. And now once I hear that, okay, how can I serve them for whatever their need is? You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So at the same time, if you're active listening instead of just talking to talk, sky's the limit. Because now people is like, okay, it's more personable. Oh, you're really listening to me. You're understanding my need as well as your need. So how can I help you as well?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, just listen.
Yeah.
God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yep.
Use it.
Yep.
Now I understand people are hard-headed, but at the same time, when God puts that in front of you, you gotta pay attention.
Yeah.
It's attention to detail.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's like, where do you find yourself in creating your business, creating your brand, creating that niche
Yeah.
to serve people?
Yep.
And for me, it's just like, I gotta listen.
Yeah.
Now I can speak. Because now when you just talking to talk, it's word vomiting. Some people don't have time for that.
Yeah. You know what I've come to find too, man. Questions are the answer, and I get that from like I said, my mentor Myron. But you ask the right questions, you're going to get the right answers.
Absolutely.
And I believe, in my opinion, I think the mistake that a lot of young agents make getting into the game is that you believe that the first thing you hear is actually the thing that you need to be serving. And the reality of the situation is questions bring clarity.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, the first thing that people tell you is not really the thing that they want.
No.
Right? So when you ask more questions and go in depth, now they are able to start going more into what it is that they truly want these policies to do, because all insurance is a leverage tool.
Yes.
Right? Does it protect you? Absolutely.
Yes.
Does it allow you to build? Now I hear people talk about, transferring wealth, right?
Yeah.
I believe that insurance, does it allow you to transfer wealth? Yes. But if you don't have wealth and you're having to build that up, then insurance can be a great leverage tool.
True.
Right?
True.
Predicated on the first wealth you're going to get is going to be the wealth that you invest in yourself. And
Absolutely.
that's being able to grab information and understanding what to do with that information.
Right.
Then once you have that, you can take these tools, wherever it is, whether it be whole life or term, it doesn't matter. You look at what it is that you need for yourself, and determine where you are in that moment, and then act accordingly until you build yourself up to that particular place or vision that you have for your life, right?
Right.
So that's what I look at it from a standpoint of insurance is financial foundational leverage to get us to the wealth vision or the wealth dream that we're wanting to create.
Absolutely.
But again, that goes back to what we were talking about a little bit off camera about the be, do, have principle. In order to have the life that I want, I have to do the things to become the person that's deserving of that life. So you have to put that work in on yourself to become that. Because the thing is if you're trying to, if you're on a lower level and you operate on that lower level, you will never be able to sustain, even if an opportunity comes and puts you on another level, you won't be able to sustain that. So don't allow your character and don't allow your talent to take you places that your character can't sustain you.
Come on, man.
You got to put that work in.
You preaching?
I'm just saying.
You preaching?
You got listen. You got, and I ain't taking no ties, but you got you got to put that work in, man. And when I say put that work in, like my mentor Myron Golden said this, and it stuck like Chuck, right, in a pickup truck. He said, you know, thinking is the most important thing that most people will never do.
Ooh.
A lot of us are willing to put ourselves through physical training, so that we can have a lackadaisical mindset.
Right.
So we'll do the things that are hard physically, lowest level of value implementation.
Right.
But we won't do the thing to elevate our mind,
Come on.
highest level of form of value, imagination and communication. We won't do those things to operate on that level. Because that takes a changing and a transformation.
Oof.
And that transformation can only be done in adversity, right? And so I talked about gold, right? Gold is tried in the fire, an acceptable man in the furnace. That's the scripture in the Bible. What does that mean? It means that when you pull gold out of the ground, it doesn't have the same perceived value as like we have it now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right? That gold has to be put in fire to be able to remove the impurities.
Right.
So just as us being gold from God, we have to be put in adversity to remove the impurities. What are the impurities? Low level thinking.
Ooh.
What are the impurities? Disobedience.
Ooh.
What are the impurities? Lack of discipline. We have to purge all of that out and then start to put in obedience, start to put in discipline, start to put in self-awareness and value of self so that we can now get to that next level. And guess what? It don't stop when we get to that next level because to get to the next level, you got to do it all over again.
Keep going.
That's the continuous cycle, man.
Keep going.
So
keep going.
That's what I'm seeing. So if you're a young insurance person and we come from the sports arena.
Absolutely.
But there's transferable skills that you have in the work that you put in on the physical and mental level. To get to whatever level you got to in that sport. Take that same type of work ethic and put it into this, and it's going to reward you the same way.
Tenfold.
So I want to move into like how we make impact, right? So how do we make an impact? Like as athletes, we have a different mentality on finances than say a financial advisor.
True.
Right?
True.
We were able to gain our riches and money at an exponentially fast level, right? Very quickly. Like I know for me, I know how much my signature is worth because I was broke like my mentor Myron said, I was broke like a joker ready to choke. Right?
So you didn't have a pot to piss in?
No.
And a back door to throw it?
No, not at all.
All right.
But when one stroke of a pen, I was a millionaire.
Come on.
Right? And at 20-something years old, I don't know anything about money. So we have a unique perspective because we didn't go through the proper, well, I'm not going to say proper, we didn't go through the financial channels that financial advisors went through, CPAs went through, all those particular things. Right? So talk to us about how as an athlete we can elevate ourselves, and as in the insurance space, we can elevate ourselves financially so that we have the proper structure economically to continue to sustain ourselves.
Right. So, I mean, first, you got to sit down with somebody. Got to have a sit down.
I like that. Got
to have a personal conversation and a sit down and basically expand your plan. Because at the end of the day, we both know the NFL is not for long. People retire left and right. The league is still going to be there.
3.5 years.
So why is it that we get a lot of money at a short period of time and we want to buy all these materialistic things that don't gain back for us? So it's like going to the gym and not working out. I
Yeah.
can't get a six-pack if I'm not doing abs.
Yep.
I can't lose weight if I'm not hitting the treadmill or eating right or eating clean.
Yeah,
You can't drive anywhere if you don't put gas in the car.
that's true.
So at the same time, you got to expand and actually speak upon your mindset and dream big.
Are you an insurance agent struggling to figure out where to start? Well, I can tell you, being in the industry for about a decade, that I've learned the valuable lesson that people really don't care about your product or service. They only care if it adds value to their lives and if your solution is the answer to their problem. Mastering this lesson has allowed me to bring true value to my clients, make thousands of dollars in the process, and now I want to share these secrets with you. Tony the Tycoon here, and if you are excited about helping people by way of insurance, but not quite sure where to start, well, I designed this book specifically for you. Introducing Master the Market, unveiling the secrets to amplifying value in insurance. In Master the Market, you'll discover the strategies to amplifying value in your business, attracting more clients, and solving their problems more efficiently. It's your roadmap to success in the insurance industry. Go to steadybooks.com, get your copy today. I promise you, it'll change your life so that you will be empowered to change the lives of others. Run well, young lions. Tony the Tycoon, I'm out.